was a cold and frosty July morn when I kicked the sheets and greeted the dawn. Grabbed my jacket and badge hat too and headed off on my tri-state 500cc of just raw power. Lonely corners, wine by the hours. Classic day, just for a ride with me on my chrome with the world by my side. The world thumper shoe, but no flat out and feet as the taco floats. The vibe they tingle and run the bars. My hands near numb and still no cars. The needle sits on a steady 8-0. The flickers back to a 2 and a fro. I bank her deep into a hairpin bend. Scrape the banks, but it's not the end. Drop down to a lower gear. Hit the throttle and green with fear. I crank her over, then power her on. Scrape the tube, but nothing wrong. Back up again and on the streets. Power her on, then set her straight. There's no place I think I'd rather be than chill in the country on a 500cc. 500cc, 500cc, 500cc. The old thumper sure belts out and no flat out in feet as the taco floats. The vibes they tingle and run the bars. My hands near numb and still no car. There's no place I think I'd rather be than chill in the country on a 500cc. 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 500cc.
Once again, a nice sunny day, and it's up around the 20 degrees Celsius mark. I've clocked about very close to 200 kilometres on the bike now, so it's almost due for its first oil change. I'm just still running it in under the 60 kilometres an hour mark, just using mainly the first 3 gears, so sort of taking it easy, up around that 3000 rev range. Oil, when I decide to do it, I'll be using the stuff I usually use. That'll be the Pentrite HPR 10-50 gas. So that's the oil I use each time. It's usually a pretty good oil to use, so I've been using that for the last 5 years now, trouble free, so I'll stick to that oil for this bike too. So as usual with these bikes, a bit of rubbish comes out in regard to metal filings, but it's usually caught on the magnets, and if you do a couple of oil changes in the first 3000 kilometres or something like that, you clean the motors out pretty well, so it's well worth your trouble to do those oil changes. Bike seems to be running all right. I've solved the problem now with the startup, so that's good. I was having trouble earlier on with the startups, but now I just turn it on, don't touch the throttle, press the starter, it kicks over. I'm happy, the bike's happy, all is good. So talking oils for the motorbikes, this is the oil I've been using in mine for the past 5 years. So it's the Pentrite HPR Gas 10, semi-synthetic, 10W40-50. This is the one with the extra zinc in it. Like I said, I've been using it for the past 5 years in all the bikes. I've had good results with it, so I say no reason why not to keep using it. Works out at about $45 for the 5 litre container. You get about you get 2 changes out of it plus a little bit left over, so you know it works out about a little bit over 20 bucks a oil change here in Australia. So it was recommended originally by a guy that worked at one of the motorcycle shops that sell Royal Enfields, and they'd had good results with it, and that was 5 years back when I bought my first one, and I've stuck with it ever since and had good results. So you could say 20 bucks for the oil side of the change. Now as for the oil filters, I just bring them in from India in bulk, buy them on eBay at 10 for 40 bucks rather than buy them here, and you can sort of pick them up, like I said, on eBay and package deals there. You'll see them there, and they work out $4 each, and you can change it, the oil changes as many times as you want them. I've had no trouble with these either. Like I said, I've been using them for about 5 years. I've probably done about, I don't know, 50 or 60 or so oil changes and never had any problems with them. So that side of it's been good. May have done more changes than that. Bringing a lot of oil changes, quite a lot of bikes, so hard to put a figure on them exactly. So all up you're looking at, say, using this system, $25 to do your oil changes. If you don't want to use those filters, you can always go and pick one up at the dealer, and that'd probably be $15. Even $15 with your 20 for your oil, still only cost you $35. If you go to a service centre and get your bike serviced there, it's probably going to cost you at least $150. They might even score 200 bucks out of you. It just depends on how much they want to remove out of your wallet. Whether the job's going to be any better than what you can do yourself, well, it might be a bit cleaner, you might make a bit mess, I might make a bit more mess. It's hard to say who's going to make the biggest mess, but the fact is, if you do it yourself, you'll know what you put in it, and the job hopefully will be done properly. And the main thing you have to worry about is providing those little bolts at the side and at the filter screen. They're the main two we have to worry about, that you don't apply too much pressure on the torque side of it and snap off the bolts or do anything like that. But once you do it a few times, it's a fair, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to apply much pressure. I've never snapped one off, but I know some people that have, I don't actually know them, but I've heard of people that have had them snapped off and that they had a bit of trouble getting them off. But there are tools out there, if you snap anything off you can get them out, so I suppose it's no big deal, easy outs and stuff like that. So, but the idea is, you might have noticed when I was using the ratchet and that, I wasn't grabbing it so much on the end of the ratchet, but I was grabbing it midway, so I couldn't apply that much pressure anyway when you look at an oil change video. So I'm not applying full pressure right on the end of the ratchet. I'm sort of midway along where I can't get the power anyway, so that's the way I sort of attach the ratchet, and you're not getting full force onto it. So one way to look at it, I suppose, is like 25 bucks against 150 or 200 for the change. You can do 8 oil changes for one trip to a dealer, or you can go to the dealer and get it done there, and it may be a better change than what you're going to do. Or you might say, you've done it for $25, got yourself a good deal, pleased with what you've done, and you can go out and spend the other $175 or $125, whatever way it would have cost you, on petrol and ride on regardless. So that's something for you to think about. And like I said, you can pick up these filters on eBay for 40 bucks for 10, something like that, including postage from India, and it takes you about a couple of weeks to get them. You're all prepared, and after that you're set.